So this is Kylie, and Kylie attends one of the young parents groups that one of my colleagues runs, and she's always been quite an inspirational person to talk to when I've come across Kylie in the group, because she's so positive, and you do so much, don't you, with your children and everything. She's really quite inspirational, and when I listened to her story, there was so many interesting things that she was talking about. It just summed up someone who's got the strength to be able to overcome smoking and any of the pressures that young people might face. So that's why I asked Kylie if she'd kindly come along today. So Kylie, can you tell us first a bit about the people around you and whether people around you smoked as you were growing up, please?
Yeah, pretty much everyone around me used to smoke. Obviously they didn't just smoke cigarettes, they smoked everything. So, and a lot of things kind of went wrong in life as I was a small child, and I automatically used to put that down to smoke because I was too young to realise that it was other stuff as well. So I just automatically assumed that everyone around me was kind of being aggressive and things due to smoke, so it put me off wanting to smoke as I was growing up. I just kind of like linked cigarettes to kind of like, you know, bad kind of anger and things like that, and that kind of put me off a lot.
So within your family you had quite a big family, didn't you?
Yeah, and a lot of them smoked. Nearly every one of my family smoked. They used to kind of like get me to roll up Rizzler and things like that and tobaccos, and think it was funny to take pictures of me, you know, like 1 year old with cigs in my mouth and things. And I look back at things like that now and I feel like disgusting that they do that to the kids, because if I was to see somebody doing that with my kids, I wouldn't be very happy.
Thank you. So what is it then, you've mentioned that it put you off because you thought it was a cause of arguments. Was there any other reasons that put you off, you think, taking up smoking?
Yeah, well, kind of as I started to grow up and obviously realised that it wasn't all down to the cigarettes, the problems, I kind of then began to think about what I wanted to do. And as I thought, well, I wanted to be a singer, so then I just kind of didn't want to smoke for that reason, because I didn't want to ruin my voice. But that helped me in the respect where when I was at school and people were putting pressure on you to kind of smoke because they were, I had a reason then. It wasn't like I was looking down my nose at them, oh no, I'm not going to smoke because, you know, like I'm too good for that. It was like, well, I don't want to smoke because I don't want to ruin my voice, and I had something to kind of like reach out for, kind of like work towards, and then there was a reason why I didn't want to smoke then instead. So people kind of left me alone. They didn't try and pressurise me because they knew that I didn't want to.
So how did your family take that as well? Because obviously you're saying that all your family was smoking and you chose not to. How did you handle that? Were you under pressure from them to smoke, or?
Not really, no. I mean, to be honest, I've always kind of like had a strong mind and done what I wanted to do, so they didn't really kind of be bothered either way, really. But I just think that it's made it better for me, because then I can kind of like try and guide my children in the right direction.
So you've got two children now, so how important is it that you stay a non-smoker?
It's really important, because like all my sisters and my brother now all smoke because they've had everybody smoking around them. I'm the only one out of 5 of us that didn't smoke, so I do think that it rubs off on the kids, you know, as to like when they see, and like I've seen my niece putting cigs in, like picking things up, and my son like, oh, and that's granddad's cig, trying to pick it up off the floor, and I stop people from smoking around them because I just don't want them to do it, obviously, because it's not a very good habit.
Okay. Thank you. And what do you think in terms of how we could encourage other young people not to take up smoking? Have you got any ideas of what you think is important?
I think if you kind of like find out what they want to do, you know, see if they've got any goals, say they want to do like running or football or singing, just kind of like obviously explain the benefits it'll have on that long term, you know, when they get older. Well, it'll impact on the lungs and things, and then obviously they might not be able to do what they want to do. So kind of try and find out if they've got things that they're working towards doing, and explain what impact it'll have on that in later life.